Hello, this is Heather Turner, and this is Hopefully Helpful, EdTech tips to help you make your life easier, tips and tricks that worked for me, and I hope they work for you. Hello, this is going to be a video on how we can utilize Google Slides to make editable slideshows. And so the first thing that I do is I open up a slideshow and I am going to change the size of this slide so that it's more the size of a piece of paper. So I go to File, Page Setup, and Custom, and I'm going to make it 11 by 8.5, which gives us a landscape piece of paper. I'm going to get rid of these two text boxes because I don't need them. And I'm going to start by creating a graphic organizer. So I'm going to call it Graphic Organizer Original. And this will be important later when we are doing our next step. So I'm going to insert a table, go to Insert Table, and I'm going to make this the size of this piece of paper. To do so, I'm just going to move to the top, drag the corners, and then I'm going to change the thickness of the lines to 4. Actually, I think I'm going to do 8. And then I need to put something in the center, which is going to be a shape. And there's that shape. And it'll kind of come together in a minute when you see what I am doing. So I'm going to then make that 8 for the border weight. And then I am going to make it white. And so now you're kind of starting to see what this is going to look like. So now I need to put in my text. And so right here would be the definition of the word. And then down here might be the antonym and synonym. And then over here might be a sentence. And then over here we might have a drawing. All right, now you can't see it, so we're just gonna drag it down. And now I'm just going to change the size of that text to a little bit better. So yeah, 36 looks good. And then we'll just change that font, give us a little bit of an enter in there. And then I'm pretty much done with this step. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the border color on that to black. Just make sure I've highlighted everything and change that border color to black. And this one as well. Okay, so now I'm ready for the next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Download as a JPEG. And so I have saved that. And then I'm going to go to a brand new Google slide. And you'll notice that it looks exactly like the beginning of our last slide. So we need to get rid of the text boxes. And we need to change the size. File, Page Setup. Change it to the 11 by 8.5. Now, if you wanted it to be vertical, it would be the opposite. It would be 8.5 by 11. So now I have my piece of paper, and I want to make something that's not going to be editable for the students. So I'm going to choose that image that I just downloaded as my background. So I'm going to click on Background, choose Image, and then I'm just going to find that file so you can browse for it. I'm just going to drag it over because it's right there. And now I can't move any of the items that I have in this slideshow, which is really helpful for students to be able to fill this out and not like delete something that they weren't supposed to delete. So now I need to create the text boxes that are going to allow the students to actually write in it. So I am going to click on the T for text box, and I'm going to click and drag my text box where I want text to be. So I am going to then click to add text to this box. And I'm going to put it in the center. And I'm going to increase the font size to not quite that big. Oops, my mouse is having a little fun with me today. All right, so that looks good. We'll change the font to a little bit of a fontophile, so I think I'll pick that one. Okay, so there is my text. I'm going to copy that text box and copy and paste, and so then I'm going to put my definition in here, and I'm going to make it take up the entire box. And then I can copy that and paste it into the sentence. And then I'm going to paste it again and put it into the antonym synonym. And so I can resize that text box so that it's within the area that the student is going to use. And then for the last one, I'm not going to put a text box in there because it's a drawing and they can insert a picture for that selection. So this is a really easy graphic organizer for students to use. What I also really like is you can even add in this gray space directions. So I can put directions. Please fill out each of the boxes with the required information. The last box will be for a drawing or image you find to represent the word. So I could put drawing here, or I could go back here and I could put picture. So I could put either one, drawing or picture. So that is a great way. I always name my documents. So that's a really great way to help your students to do things that they're normally used to doing on paper, but they can do digitally. So I'm just going to give a little bit of. So that's it. So enjoy. Good luck. You got this. And always have fun.